Senator Cardin.
Well, Madam Chair, let me also add my congratulations and thanks for your leadership and Senator Kerry's leadership. All of us want to make sure we get it right, but I just hope my colleagues understand the urgency of this issue. We've got to act. We can't just talk about this. We have to act about it. My friend from Ohio and I were together at a meeting with our European friends, and they talked about the urgency in a term that you don't hear often here about climate migrants. People who are being forced to leave their homes because of drought and flooding, causing stability issues in Africa and Asia and Europe. Now, I can take you right here to Maryland, to Smith Island, Maryland, and you're going to see potential climate migrants there as their island is disappearing because of sea level increases due to global climate change. And of course, we can all give examples of why it's urgent for us to act in our own individual states. I talked to our watermen who tell me that with the rising temperatures in the bay, it's becoming more and more difficult for juvenile crabs to survive. So it's urgent that we act. I think my colleagues understand the urgency from a national security point of view. We're dependent upon imported oil, which jeopardizes the security of America. I think we all understand the economic threats that we go through. We're held hostage to oil, which affects our economy. So it's urgent that we get this right. And my friend from Vermont makes a very compelling point about the economic impact of this legislation. It's going to be positive on jobs. I look at White Marsh, Maryland, where they're doing the new battery technology with a grant that the Department of Energy just recently awarded, and I thank the Secretary for that innovation, where we're going to lead in the creation of alternative ways to fuel our automobiles. And Madam Chair, I just really want to take issue from my friend from Wyoming as he used his numbers. I'm going to ask unanimous consent that the congressional research on job loss and infrastructure job creation on the stimulus be made part of our record. And I just want to quote from one report on that. It says, based on two different estimating procedures, it found that the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act may have added some 1 million jobs to employers' payroll in August 2009 compared to what employment would have been in the absence of the legislation. And my point is this, if we didn't act, we don't know how many jobs we'd have lost in our economy. We do know that job losses have been reduced dramatically, and economists tell us the stimulus package worked. So on this bill, when we're dealing with energy policies, we know that American ingenuity will create jobs if given the right incentive. And that's what this bill does. It gives the right incentive. It unleashes what America does best, and that is the economic ingenuity of its people in solving the problems of energy security, of dealing with the economic impact of energy, and dealing with our environment. I just want to applaud the Chairman and Senator Kerry for the framework of this legislation, because it provides a way in which we can deal with alternative and renewable energy sources. It recognizes nuclear power by having a friendly carbon footprint is given priority in this legislation. And it allows us to invest in lifestyles that are going to be important for America. All we need to do is visit any European capital and know we can do much better on transit here in America. Transportation represents 30% of the emissions of greenhouse gases, 70% of our oil use. We can do much better. And thank you, Madam Chair, because your bill gives us the opportunity to invest in that type of America that will make us more competitive in the future. You provide the resources to help consumers and energy-intense industries so we make the transition to polluter pays. Polluter should pay. We will make sure the consumers are protected. And I just want to mention one more aspect of this bill. It is deficit neutral. You have provided to make sure that we're not going to burden our children and grandchildren by additional debt. Look, I hope we all can work together, Democrats and Republicans. This is an issue that America's asking us to solve. I think we have the blueprint to do it. Let's get down to work.